Commissioner, and I was in the Children's Parliament in Lagos State, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDG, Mrs. Zoelo Adebure. Excellency, my Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here by the Deputy Incident Commander of Lagos State, our own Commissioner for Health, a man of result, Professor Aki Abayomi. Thank you. Permanent Secretary, Directors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm privileged to have been invited to be here. For those who don't know, my name is Dayo Israel. I'm a permanent board member of the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, permanent board member in charge of basic education quality assurance, overseeing quality assurance in all 2016 public primary schools in Lagos State. We're here because, in particular, Lagos has been doing a lot to promote the environment and climate change. Lagos is delighted to be represented here at COP26 because we're not just the economic capital of Nigeria, one can say we're also the art of climate action in Nigeria. While world leaders are here discussing about the future and forthcoming pledges for decisive action, such as carbon neutrality by 2030 and net zero by 2050, as a coastal state, climate change is already a reality for us in Lagos. I was speaking earlier to the minister from Antigua Barbuda about the challenges even our people who live in the Sherry in Lagos face when the Oyo Dam is opened and Lagos gets flooded. The effect of climate change at every little sight of rain in Lekki is unprecedented. But of course, we're happy that the Lagos State government under Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu is doing its best to mitigate the impact of climate change as it affects Lagosians. And so, I want to focus on what our schools and the Education Board, SUBEB, that I represent is doing about it. Because we're affected by it. For example, beyond the question of a hot classroom and homes, climate change increasingly affects water security and the quality of water at our schools, with further implications for the health of children. Most water and foodborne infection, doctor will be familiar with that, particularly those caused by bacteria, are insensitive because they thrive in warm temperature. And these are just some of the realities of our pupils. And that's why we have no choice but to do something about it. What are we doing in Lagos SUBEB and in Lagos State about climate change for our young people and children? We have climate and green education programs, enlightenment of the emerging generation on climate responsibility, and sensitizing the young ones towards environmental sustainability. We're educating them to stop cooking with fire and firewoods. We're also educating children to go back home and tell their parents to stop bush burning, to stop waste burning in order to save the environment from being destroyed further. Our school infrastructure model in SUBEB is also climate friendly. So I talked about the heat in the classrooms earlier. Now our fans are installed on our roof in almost all our classrooms. Our roofs are largely painted white, and we have trees planted in all our school compounds. Why are we doing this? It's because we understand that heat exposure can increase irritability, aggression, and violence, especially among young people. In classes with poor ventilation, the level of CO2 or stuffiness rise together with temperature, and children experience symptoms, characteristics of the sick building syndrome. These symptoms affect concentration and student learning and even school attendance and rate of asthma attack. And so, we also encourage window opening, which is a key means of removing heat and CO2 in our classroom. One thing we also do through our co-curricular department in SUBEB, headed by one of my colleague board member, is also tree planting. We have an annual massive tree planting exercise in our schools. We have climate change clubs. and other projects and activities that we implement in partnership with NGOs and CSOs. I know that we have a lot of other speakers. I'm going to end here. I want to say a big thank you for all the effort that we're making, all of us individually as CSOs and NGOs, to support the Lagos State government in its climate change advocacy. Thank you and God bless you.